welcome back to DuckDuckOtaku, the very best low-cost cosplay and prop. So in this video I'm going to be going over how I made my Furiosa, I think that I'm saying that right, Furiosa cosplay from Mad Max Fury Road. Amazing movie, super awesome character. I'll put a picture of her up and I'll put a picture of me up. That's what I'm doing, that's the video. Stick around, guys. Okay, so I made this 2 years ago for Momocon. I don't have all my pictures, so I'm going to be explaining how I made everything. And it's going to be wonderful. First off, the supplies. It is a lot of supplies, not going to lie. I'm not going to be doing the normal cost thing that I normally do. And now, another thing is, a lot of my supplies, I'm not kidding, I walked around. I live in almost a downtown city-esque area. So I just walked through alleys, then I'd find stuff in the trash. That sounds awful. Yeah, a lot of my cosplay came out of the trash. I'm sure there's a way you can actually buy the materials that I was too cheap to buy. Hedge clippers, pliers, clippers, pinchers, I don't know what they're called. A lot of spray paint, a lot of spray paint. Hot glue gun and hot glue gun stick. Nails. So, I found this in the alley. My brother said it was duct metal because he used to work in air conditioning installation and stuff. You can actually buy sheet metal like this, I believe, at Home Depot, but it's a lot more expensive than finding it in a dumpster. Hairspray paint. Obviously I did not use red, I used black, but I didn't want to buy more black paint for the video when I had red lying around. It's from Party City. It works fine. I used about 2 cans over 4 days. Not bad, I don't think. Face paint. Wish I knew about this glue sooner. It works great, it dries clear. Some clothes and shoes. There's not a lot to the clothes in this cosplay. Simple boots, I didn't really focus on them. I had pants, I don't know where the pants went. Goggle things, belt, and then more belt, and then more belts. You'll need some wires, cardboard, this is actually made out of pins. A noodle strainer thingy, colander, strainer, the thing you make pasta with. Glove that's black. Dirt, you need dirt. I used a lot of dirt. Makes it more realistic. Dirt's lovely. More spray paint. More. Always more spray paint. Cardboard. More spray paint. More hot glue. So yeah, that was a lot of supplies. A lot of detail went into this cosplay. I really wanted to do Furiosa as best justice as I possibly could because I think she's just amazing character. I love the movie. It was wonderful. Can't say enough good things about Mad Max Fury Road. Beautiful. So the easiest part of this cosplay is probably going to be the clothes. Starting off at the top, this is just a brown scarf I found at a thrift store. It was like a scarf, so I just tied it in a knot. And then, ta-da, Furiosa scarf. The top took a little bit of MacGyvering. Basically, the top like this before. What I did was I cut it in half, folded that over, sewed it down, and then when I would put it on, I would try to fandangle it so it looked like I actually had like layers and like bandages almost. Kind of like what, obviously, like how hers is organized. And then moving downward. She has almost like a corset going on. Didn't have money to make or buy a corset, so basically what I did is I took an old black tank top and I sewed it on to obviously where I sewed on the other one, and that's it. I did do a lot of dirtying up and making it look as authentically desert worn and post-apocalyptic. It's a little bit of brown spray paint and a lot of dirt. I added some like holes. What I did to make the holes is I found a rock and then I got the shirt and I just got that to make a hole, make it look as worn as possible. Because obviously the movie takes place post-apocalyptic in a desert where they're driving around, not really doing a lot of laundry. That was one thing I kept noticing online when I was looking at other people's cosplays, is they all looked really clean, and I thought that was really weird. It's like, she's not clean. She is covered in dirt. She's got this black face paint and just all this stuff. She's not going to be real clean looking, so that was something I kind of strove to embody, which means I was constantly putting more and more dirt and like roughing up and scraping and just making things look as worn as possible for this cosplay. The pants, you can do it like how she does them, but I was more focused on the arm. So I didn't really have a lot of time for the pants and the shoes. So the pants are just black pants, that's all I'm wearing. Combat boots, I got it at a thrift store. I took a nail and some dirt and I just went like that for a while and tried to make them look as worn and like rough as possible. And then I'm not looking at the picture right now, but I think she has some type of like bag or side purse, whatever you want to call it. I'm not calling it a fanny pack. It's kind of like a fanny pack. So one of my friends, he gave me this to use. So you know, keep your phone and stuff on this side so that you can get to it. These are goggles. This is actually my first purchase from Dragon Con onto the shoulder. Okay, so as you can see, mine's is a little hodgepodge. It's got a lot going on. It's got cat hair on it, because everything I own has cat hair on it. It goes on like this. It's got this tie to kind of keep it as stable as possible. This would tie down into the corset, or it loops into the corset belts, and it's got the same, got one on the back that also goes into the corset loop. This goes down and around, also again looping into the corset, and it just tightens like that, or it tightens. This is not really a one-man cosplay, you need two people to help. And then this obviously slides on. This piece right here is made of the edge of the sheet metal because it has that layered look. So basically, I took my hedge clippers because I don't have any other way to cut metal that I find in dumpsters. And I just cut along like so. Put the metal pieces on. They are nailed in. So like with a hammer, I nailed in these metal pieces. Basically, this piece right here is a towel and a piece of cardboard, and the fabric on top is actually from the corset that I cut up. This piece right here is a cap from something, I don't remember why, and this is just a little plasticky bit I found. She has like a pull cord like you'd have on a motor, like a lawnmower or whatever. This is from the noodle strainer that I made the hand out of. This is just a belt piece, leather straps, belt. I'm not quite sure where this piece came from. This is also made out of the metal. I hot glued the edges. I did that on pretty much all the metal pieces to kind of blunt them so they're not as pointy. And then I took my spray paint and I painted them gray, and then I did a shine layer, then I did some black, and did some more black, maybe some more shiny. Just trying to make it look all kind of different. And then in the inside, there's a piece of cardboard that actually is what my skin is going to be against. These are just wires. Again, I found in a dumpster to get the pieces of metal. I took my sheet metal that I found in a dumpster. I took my hedge clippers, and I would cut along. I would kind of guesstimate, like, oh, that looks about right. And then I would hold it, I kind of bend it as best to my ability. Pullers? I don't know what they're called, honestly. I would bend things. I would bend things just to how I needed them, and then I would beat them with a hammer. I'm not even kidding. It sounds really weird, but it worked. Everything kind of folded out. I just cut them. They were already, my wires came pre-stressed because, you know, they came out of a dumpster. I don't know what they came from. Then these would come down and connect usually around the base of my wrist, which would lead into this piece. These are made out of pins. I wanted to give it kind of like the hydraulic press type deal. I believe I'm using that word correctly. So yeah, these are just used the pins. I cut the little sides off and then just painted them. They're glued on here. I really wanted to give it kind of a welded, meshed together look. This piece is cardboard. This is metal. Again, towel inside. It's made the same way the forearm, the bicep band is made. Just cut it. Again, hot glue around the edges to kind of blunt it, and it just goes on like so. And of course, I'd be wearing this underneath, and it just kind of shades it out. Obviously, I have both my arms. I mean, the actress, Charlene Theron, she has both her arms too, it's CG. Spoiler alert. Because obviously, there's this little bit of flesh right here. I just took a piece of cardboard, and I would pop it in and out. So there is that. Do as you want. I did glue it in one day, and then I decided that was a terrible idea to hot glue my arm. Thanks, friends, for supporting me in that decision. Yeah, it does limit mobility a little bit. I can't really move my arm. So, you know, keep your phone and stuff on this side so that you can get to it. The wires would usually poke in under here, or if I was feeling adventurous, I'd wrap them around and poke them in around here. And that leads into the hand. The hand is a bit of a mess, but that's okay. This is my thumb. It is a piece of paper and duct tape. I took some paper, I crinkled it around my thumb, and then I wrapped it in duct tape, and then I painted it. That's how I got a thumb. I did the same thing for my pinky. My pinky piece is missing. I don't know where the pinky went. You don't have to cut apart the glove in the hand. I did. The hand is made out of stapled cardboard, glued cardboard, and little bits of metal. Delicately, I put the hand on. Every single piece of metal actually was painted individually to make each kind of piece look different. And then I would go over it again with black or like a wire brush and kind of like scruff it up and make it all scratched and stuff. It's not exactly how her hand is, but I like it. I got a lot of compliments. People are like, oh yeah, it looks just like it. But yeah, some pieces are stapled on that are cardboard. Some cardboard pieces are just glued on. This is made out of the noodle strainer, colander, I believe that's a fancy word for it. I don't know for sure. Basically, this is made out of two and this is made out of two. They're hot glued together and they're hot glued onto the glove. I believe actually what I did exactly is that I took something that was roughly the size of my two fingers or one finger, and then I took a hammer and I beat the metal around the shape of the fingers, and then I just hot glued together, and then I spray painted it. I don't know where the finger piece went. I did lose. I kept losing little bits of paper or cardboard and metal, so I made spares. I brought them with me. And obviously I ran out of spares because there used to be a piece right here. I had some mobility. You don't have a whole lot of mobility, but you know, you're cosplaying. Why would you need to move? Silly. Now onto the belt, which is, I'm not gonna lie, probably my favorite piece. This is obviously just a belt. Kind of roughed it up. It's actually all metal. I probably, in the hindsight, probably better use like fake chains, like plasticky ones. But I was going for that realistic edge. Yay go me. This is jewelry I got from thrift stores, and I just took it apart. I beat it with a hammer, kind of give it dents and scratches. And I spray painted some of them, then some of them I didn't spray paint. I just give it that kind of all-around post-apocalyptic look. And then, okay, I did not make this piece. I had a friend make it for me. And then the chains are just hot glued onto the back. This is actual metal. It was cast for me. It's kind of scratched up. That just makes it look cooler. Okay, so then for her face, I just took the face paint. It comes with a little plier. Don't use that, just use your hand. It works a lot easier. And then at the time I had really short hair. Not on purpose, but I had really short hair. I would usually try and get the front, and then I'd have a friend go around and do the back. Like I said, I used black. This is just red I had left over from actually my very first video. I used that in. I wish I was able to like make all this in front of you for you, but again, I made this 2 years ago. Let me know what you think of my dumpster trash can cosplay. Check out JustTezFilms if you want quality film work. Thank you for watching. Quack quack. Remember, you're awesome. Be extra awesome. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye bye.